welcome you to this presentation in mathematics, earth geometry, to be particular. Okay, so as we have come to the end of this lesson, I decided actually to make a presentation to you all so that I can make clarifications here and there where you did not understand. Because what I want is that once we are done away with a particular topic, I have to make sure that you as a learner, you are able to answer any question, any examination question that may come under the same topic. Okay, so kindly can you pay attention and listen? Then thereafter, where you feel you want to ask questions, you are free. That's why I've brought this presentation live, so that you can also echo out your views. You tell us where you are a little bit behind. Okay, by so doing, we are going to move together. Yes, so this is the question actually which came in 2018 school certificate. That means internal. Okay, so this question came as the result of the malpractice that was shown, okay, even before the paper was due to write. So what am I trying to say? This question paper was prepared during night, okay, in trying to change the initial paper which was prepared by ECZ. Now, because of that word I had mentioned, malpractice, that paper was published almost everywhere. So the examiners, the ECZ, decided to actually make another paper within the shortest period of time. Okay, so that's why most of the questions that are in this particular paper, they are a bit tricky. So I've brought this one deliberate so that you can be able to understand. What I believe is that once you understand the tricks that are here, there is no any other question that you can fail to handle under earth geometry in mathematics. I can assure you. So please let us move together and see how best we are going to move on this particular question. I think the floor is open. So if you want to contribute to ask questions, all you are supposed to do is to actually unmute your mic and speak. Once you are done, mute it again. Okay, then I'll be able to come in to explain more, to clarify in whatever questions you are going to come up with. Okay, so here we go. Let me run you through the question so that we can understand it together, and thereafter we are going to come to answers, how we are going to answer this same question that we have. The point A, 15 degree north, north degree east, B, 35 degree south, 70 degree east, and C, 35 degree south, 40 degree east are on the surface of the earth. Okay, so use pi as use pi is equals to 3.142, and radius equals 370, which is 6,370 kilometers. Then question 1, calculate the distance AC in kilometers, km. This is kilometers. That is question 1. AC. Okay. So want to calculate the distance between AC. Then 2, an airplane takes off from point B and flies due west on the same latitude, covering a distance of 900 kilometers to a point Q. Calculate the difference in longitude between B and Q. Then B, find the position of Q. This is the question that we have today. So how are we going to answer this particular question? So I would suggest, first of all here, to make it easy, first of all, we need to actually sketch the surface of the earth. Then thereafter, we'll be able now to do what? To answer the questions that follow. Okay, so now let us go now on the sketching part. So Earth's surface, okay, latitude, how many are there? We have south, we have north, south, so there are 2, north, south, we have north, south. So let me start with longitude first. Always it's important to actually start with longitude, then we come to latitude. So we have 15 degree north. So this is going to be our 15 degree north. Then we have 35 degree south. Okay, so this one is going to be 35 degree south. Then we come to longitude. Longitude, we have 40 and 70 degree east. So let us make another one. Longitude, we have 2 on the same side. Okay, so the first one is going to be our 40. So 40 degree east. Then this one 70 degree east. Okay, so this is the diagram that we have. So we have just sketched, okay, the Earth's surface. Then out of there, we'll be able to answer now the question that we have. So question 1 says, first of all, before we come to that, let us also indicate the points that we have. So we have point A. A is 15 degree north. So 15 degree north along this line. Okay, then 40 degree east. So along this line. So A is here. Okay, our A is here. Our A is here. So A. Okay, then we come to B, 35 degrees south. This latitude, 35 degrees south. Then we have 70 degree east. So we are here. 70 degree east longitude is this one. So here. So this is where B is. Okay. Though it is not seen very well, but I'm sure you are able to see. This is point B. Then we come to C. 35 degrees south, this same line. Then 40, we are here now. 40 degree longitude. So this is our C. So we have point A, point B, point C. Okay, then now from there we can go direct to the questions and see how best we are going to answer them. So start with the first one. Calculate the distance AC in kilometers. So AC. A C, this distance in kilometers, AC in kilometers. Okay, remember this distance is along the longitude line. Okay, and the radius is in kilometers. So first of all, we need to find the theta. Theta is equals to, which is the difference between these 2 points in degrees, AC. So we have here latitude 15, then this side latitude 35. So this is south or north, and this is south. So they are not on the same side, and therefore we need to add them. Okay, because this is north and this is south. So when we add 15 plus 35, what are we having? 15 plus 35. So we are having 50 degrees. Okay, so the difference in degrees is 50. Then from there, we can introduce the formula now for distance. So AC is equals to theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Okay, so AC is equals to, theta is 50. We have already calculated for that one. Theta is 50 over 360. Then times 2 times pi, we are told, is 3.142. 3.142. Then times radius 6370. Okay. Then from there we can get a calculator and calculate. So 50 over 360, then times 2 times 3.142 times 6370. The answer is 5,559.6 or 0.59 kilometers. Okay, so that is the answer for question bullet 1. The distance between A to C is 5,559.59 kilometers. Okay, so we are done with that one. So let's come to 2. We come to bullet 2. An airplane takes off from point B. So point B is here. Point B is here. So an airplane takes off from that point, okay, and flies due west. So due west, this airplane starts from here going this side. Due west is this side, okay? West, east. So it was coming from east to west. Okay. Okay. On the same latitude, which is 35 degrees. So that airplane was moving along this same latitude, which is 35 degrees south. Okay, covering a distance of 9 kilometers to a point Q. So this airplane, when it started off its journey, it actually covered 900 kilometers from point B to point what? Q, which is not indicated here because the only points that we have is B, C, A. Now we don't know where Q is. So it had to move from here up to point Q. How many kilometers? At a distance of 900 kilometers. Okay. So now, questions. A. Calculate the distance, the difference in longitude between P or B and Q. Okay. Then find the position of Q. So how are we going to find the difference in longitude between point B and point Q where an airplane landed off? How? So for us to know this one, actually we are going to introduce the formula for finding the distance. because we have already given the what? The distance is there. So that same formula for finding the distance, it's the one that we are going to introduce there for us to find the difference between those 2 points, point B and Q in degrees. And remember, the difference is the theta itself. So here, they are telling us to find the theta, where you are given the what? The distance. So let me write that one. So we are saying the distance BQ is equals to theta over 360 degree times 2 pi r. Remember, radius. And the other thing that you should not forget, the distance which we are talking about here is along the what? The latitude. So remember, when the distance, when you are trying to calculate the distance which is along the latitude line, the formula shouldn't end like this. Why? Because we have a degree there. So we have to say cos theta. Always, you should not forget that one. It's very important. Let me repeat myself. When you are calculating the distance along the latitude, okay, or the small circles, always see to it that you put cos what? Cos theta at the end. So the distance that we are looking for here is along the latitude line between point B and Q. We don't know where Q is, but the position actually will tell after we have calculated this. It will be very easy for us now to know even the what? The position of Q. That is this next question. Okay, I'm sure here you have gotten me right. I've made myself clear on this point. Then, when you are calculating the distance between 2 points, which is along the what? The longitude or the great circles, that one should be not included the cos theta, like the one that we found here. Remember, we did not put cos theta here because the distance that we are looking for was along the longitude line. Very important to take note of that. Please master that distinction, that difference which is there. So now we can continue from there. So let us substitute accordingly. Remember, BQ, we have the distance we are given. It's 900 kilometers, this one. So BQ, where there's BQ, now this time around, we need to substitute. So we are going to say 900 kilometers equals theta over 360 times 2. Here, the theta is 3 point. In paper 2, theta is always in a decimal number. You say 3.142. Then in paper 1, theta is always 22 over 7. You should master that. So even if they have not given you take pi as this, I mean theta and pi. I'm not talking about theta, but pi. So pi in paper 2 is always 3.142. Then paper 1, 22 over 7. That is pi. So even if they've not asked you to say take pi as long as it is in paper 2, just know that it's 3.12 in decimal number. Then when it is in paper 1, 22 over 7. Very important to note, those are some of the things you must know when it comes to earth geometry. Okay, even in mensuration, it is just one and the same. You should master that. Then from there, theta times, which is 3.142 times cos, the theta that we have along this latitude is 35. So cos 35. Okay. Then from there now, remember the idea here. We want to know the value of theta, which is the difference between point BQ in degrees. So let's calculate now from here. So from here we are going to say 2. First I'll write down this 900 equals, so 2 times 3.142 times cos 35. Okay, so we are going to have 5.4 or 0.14 Q, or theta, I mean, this is theta, not Q, theta, then over 360. Then remember, this is an equation, so we are going to cross multiply. So 1 times 5 point, so 5.142. Remember, there is radius there. We forgot to add the radius when multiplying. Before we come to this, radius is there. Okay, I'm taking you a little bit back. So just here when we are multiplying, we forgot to add radius. Radius is there, which is times 6370, then times cos 35. Okay, so we are saying 2 times 3.142 times 6370 times cos 35. Okay, good. So we are going to have 32,789, then 0.9, then theta. Okay. Then that is over 1. We said over 1, then we cross multiply, over 1, then we cross multiply. So 1 times this, we are going to have this, then 360 times 900, what is the answer? So I need to write the value here now. 360 times 900, what is the answer? (360 times 900), the answer is 324,000. Remember, there is equals here. So we are going to say, since we are looking for theta, so over 3, 2789.9. Here we are remaining with the theta equals, we can put even this side, then equals are over there, both sides, 3.43278.9. So 324,000 divided by 32,789.9. The answer is 9.88 degree. So we have just answered question A. Calculate the difference in longitude between B and Q. The difference is 9.88. 9.88. Okay, so here you are free to ask where you feel you are a bit behind. That's why I have brought this one live, so that at least you are able to express your feelings, your views, your understanding. Okay, So here it's not only the question that I am allowing, even the contribution. You can contribute so that I see how best you have understood the concept that I'm trying to give you right now. Okay, so I think for this one, the last one, we can actually wrap the first part of the board here so that we can answer this question from this space. As you can see, the space is just too small. So let's just wrap there. So now, find the position of Q. So now the position of Q, let us find the position of Q. If the difference between these two is actually 9.88, okay, so now what I'm trying to say here is that since the difference between point B and Q is 9.8, so now for us to know the position of Q, so that is B, so position of B is equals to, Q, position of Q is equals to, we are going to add, to subtract now 70, the first point where an airplane started from, okay, which is along the 70-degree east, the longitude of 70-degree east. So we are going to subtract 70 minus 9.88. 70 minus 9.88. The answer is 60.12 degree. Okay, so it means the position of Q is 60.12. So 60.12, it means Q is somewhere here. Okay, this is B, then Q is somewhere here. So the distance from here to here is 900 kilometers, the one that we are given. Okay, so we have just come to the end of this lesson. So now what I'm expecting for is so many questions from you. How have you understood this particular lesson? Can you unmute your mic and ask me? I'm very much ready to actually clarify, to make you understand even more. Thank you so very much for learning with me this time. Thank you.